are doing right now, we're
Oh.
changing that recipe.
Yeah, baby. Oh, yes. Yeah. What you just saw was a massive new announcement, the future of Halo, as they said themselves. If you really break Halo down, they have very two distinct chapters. Chapter 1, Bungie, Chapter 2, 343. Now I think we have an audience which is hungry for more. Guys, we're going to break down this entire video. We're going to talk about all the announcements. There is so much to discuss here. It's not even funny, but this is pure hint saying this as the studio head of what was once 343, it seems. So we're not just going to try to improve the efficiency of development, but change the recipe of how we make games, Halo games. So we start a new chapter today. Guys, there is Project Foundry. This is neither a game nor a tech demo. Foundry represents our multidisciplinary research and reflection on what is required to build Halo in Unreal, while also serving as a training tool for our development process going forward. And here you can see just a sneak peek of the cinematics we're about to take a look at once again and see what 343 says here is that these screenshots, these environments that we'll see here in a moment, are basically just this kind of somewhat of a tech demo, I guess. They say it's not a tech demo, but this is them just like playing around with the engine as a new studio. The deep freeze of the cold lands where Foreigner beam emitter stands amidst snow-covered plateaus, and the Blightlands. This is a place ravaged by the flood, and it's the reason why the Halo array were built. They say, obviously, this is an amazing screenshot. There's even more to it. Obviously, we're going to be looking at the cinematics here soon. This here is, in fact, what looks like Master Chief. They have the 117 on the suit itself. Makes me think that perhaps this could be a part of the Halo 1 remake that we heard so much about. Look at the fidelity, they say, bringing these assets to life, and it seems like they are reading into the details very well without overcomplicating the models like they did in Halo 5. And of course, we have Master Chief here bravely standing here with his energy sword, and it also looks like, you know, that Halo 1, the first few missions, right? Or whatever, first mission. So this on the Halo ring anyway. This looks amazing. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video and watch it together and see what they say.
Chris Matthews, take one. Mark.
This is Casey Wu, take one. Mark.
I was told that I can just be my authentic self, Chris.
For 6 years, I don't want to be in front of a camera.
There's so much to do and so much fun to be had when you play Halo that I feel like I never run out of things to do.
I love intricate stories that take place across lots of different worlds, have lots of different meaningful characters.
What made Halo successful at the beginning? What is the legacy of Halo, and what's the soul that we want to bring forward, and what's the craft of making Halo games, and how do we set our studio up best to go deliver on that?
We knew we had to make a change in order to take us into the future.
When I first heard about Halo moving on Unreal Engine, my first thought was, this is going to be a really hard secret to keep.
I think fans are going to be excited about the future of Halo because of the possibilities that are afforded us by using Unreal.
Before, we really had to split our focus in thinking about building an engine, supporting it, being really kind of a tech company and a studio at the same time. Since we've made the change to shift to UE, we can bring Halo forward in ways that people have never seen before while still being true to what Halo is.
The Foundry project was an effort to show ourselves how far we can push things using Unreal 5.
New studio art director, Chris, came to me and said, hey, I have this crazy idea.
He said, hey, there's this thing called Project Foundry that I want to do. Let's make it happen.
Foundry specifically is based around the same concept of the Foundry in Halo lore. It's the place where Halo rings are born.
This is amazing.
It's not a game, it's a research project for our studio so we can prepare ourselves for the next steps of making Halo games.
Wow. Like, I mean, hold on. This is fascinating. I mean, guys, look at the detail of these. The rocks, the grass, the mountains, the waterfall. Wow. And this is the Blightlands. Like I said, we're going to get another sneak peek of this, but This is incredible. Looking at the large tentacles taking over that Foreigner beam emitter, we got these smokestacks in the background. This landscape is taken over. So as they explained, this is a research project, not a tech demo. They're not trying to, I guess, blow anyone away necessarily. I mean, clearly, I think they are collectively. The Halo community right now is losing their mind. And this is such a weird time to release it, but I digress. This is fascinating to see. They are trying to learn how to use the engine so that they can make an actual Halo game with it. And so they are recruiting people right now. This is basically, from what I can understand, is happening. And so far, clearly, they're doing a great job. This is a research project called Project Foundry, all right? And it looks like it's going great.
The original Halo franchise was a graphics showcase. It was best in class. That's what Halo was when it first was released, and that's what Halo needs to be again.
And here again, we can see that this is clearly Master Chief. Now, this looks like, as they've said already multiple times, this is just a test, basically. But look at Master Chief here. I mean, this is clearly going to be a part of a new Halo game. I think this looks like Halo Infinite assets, possibly the Elite and Chief here. But, you know, I think that's some multiplayer armor, but with the 117 on him. I'm not quite sure 100%. I'm sure people will find out that soon. But this could be a part of that new Halo game that is that was supposed to be the Halo 1 remake. This could be Project Foundry, or what becomes, you know, an evolution of that later on. Because there were rumors about that, some legitimate ones in the past, I guess, summer here. Amazing. Just looking at the, you know, there's so many cool technologies in Unreal Engine. I'm so excited to see what they do with this. And he was right. Halo has always been a powerhouse of graphics. At least it was back in the day. Not so impressive anymore, but Halo 3 still has impressive water. I mean, back then it was mind-blowing, all right? And I don't know what happened, but here we are again. Hopefully Halo can achieve the graphical impressiveness that game should have, especially how outdated, honestly, Halo 5 kind of felt at times. It was choppy and unoptimized. And Halo Infinite was very too cartoony, and I think they're reaching a nice balance here, as long as they keep the identity and art style.
So once Project Foundry had been approved, we took the entire creative team and we ideated on 3 locations, something old, something new, and something really alien.
We had the Pacific Northwest, which is sort of traditional Halo biome.
We were trying to shove as much foliage in there as humanly possible to make it really feel like you're on a hike in the, you know, Cascades.
The Cold Lands, which was the second biome that we took on, it was more of a technical showcase where we could play with shaders, we could play with deformable landscapes and terrains. Unreal affords us more opportunity than we've ever had in the past.
You know, on the
God, it's incredible. Just to replay that, I know you guys want to look at that again. I mean, that is incredible. Look at the snow, the reflections, the small little glistening. It is impressive. And to see them on an engine that has been developed, I think, for over 30 years now, that has a whole team behind it, that has a whole support line, you know, they're only giving 5% up, I think, of the total profits of the game. Of course it's worth it, especially after what happened with Slip Space Engine. To see them at Halo Studios, which honestly sounds like a nice ring to it, versus 343. I think this game can actually sell now, like what I've been screaming on the top of my lungs for the past 5 years. You need to change the name. 343 does not sell. It's not going to move stuff anymore. But I'm not quite sure. I guess they're transitioning and they're moving past the 343 era now. Same people, it looks like, but at this point, this isn't even the same studio that made Halo 4 or 5. All those people are gone. It's not even the same studio that made Halo Infinite, actually. A lot of them aren't even there anymore, but
layers
I digress.
of things combined
Banshee!
to really give that winter
Do y'all
look.
see that little Banshee
How
flying
many
by?
layers of things combined to really give that winter look?
And then our third biome was the Blightlands, which is any land that's been completely taken over
Ooh,
by the
looking
flood.
at these tentacles, looking at just like how it's bouncing around in the environment, I think this could be a very impressive looking Halo game. I mean, as long as they keep the art style, the simplicity of the models, but taking advantage of the graphical fidelity, nanite, the open world optimization, assuming that they're going to go in that direction again. with Halo 7 or whatever this game could end up becoming. Project Foundry is not a tech demo or whatever, but it looks like this is going to transform into something for realsies, right? So
I wanted to give our team the opportunity to really express an alien world, a really alien world, taking something way further than they may have actually done in previous Halo
the glowing, the particles coming out.
games.
What's impressed me about watching the Halo team work in Unreal is how beautiful everything looks, how incredible the environment.
Got the Halo ring there.
I don't think we've seen anything quite like it in Unreal Engine before.
That's insane. That doesn't even look like it's a. It looks like some specific, individual made this as like a fun tech demo for what Halo would look like in what Halo would look like in Unreal Engine, right? And here we have, I gotta say, it's nice to not say 343 right now. Halo Studios, right? I would hate to hate Halo Studios. Now Halo's in the title, right?
Unreal Engine
And you can see their logo if you haven't looked at it already on the bottom left of the screen there.
Fortunately, we have a studio that's really passionate about Halo, about the look and the feel, and I think there's a lot of hunger to really collaborate, to move forward together.
Foundry was an initiative that touched on every part of the creative process, everything from concept art, VFX, characters, vehicles, and weapons to make the future games of Halo.
Good. Just to rephrase that real quick, they basically confirmed that they're going to have this test has included what I'm pretty sure he meant was working weapons and vehicles. They want to make sure they can make a Halo game with Unreal Engine, right? It's pretty simple, but it's pretty clear that this this is amazing stuff.
Creating an asset, taking this design, now we can really dig into material foundations. What is it actually made of? How is it physically accurate to the world? Now we get to take all the wonderful legacy assets that
Oh
we
my
have.
god. Oh my god, look at that. That's what I mean, man. Plasma actually looking like real kind of unstable material looking stuff. Unreal Engine is so cool. I'm such a big fan of this stuff. It is beautiful. And to see that Elite holding that energy sword in this plasma.
Bring them to
just
world.
kind of
Now we
coming
get
out
to
almost
take
like a flame.
all
I don't think we've ever seen an energy sword look that good in any Halo game or cinematic, maybe besides Blur or something in Halo 2 Anniversary. But that is going to be in gameplay. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
wonderful legacy assets that we have, bring them to life and bring them to today's standards.
We
Incredible.
are really excited to be not just working on multiple projects, but also expanding our studio.
As a lifelong Halo player, I think the game's only going to get better when we get the
Okay, so real quick, they did say that they're working on multiple projects, and obviously this is a lot about a multidiscipline research and reflection. So I'm thinking it's not just gonna be Halo 7. There's gonna be a side Halo game. I don't know, maybe an ODST game, maybe a Flood game. I think this video kind of represents a lot of reflection and internal work that we have not seen. We've been very hopeless about it for a long time, but clearly there is a lot of gears and components moving, a lot of reconstruction, and the fact that Bonnie Ross just happened to leave after Fire 343 a couple years ago, given how many people have left, how much reconstruction, of course 343 would be ending, you know? I think there's still some 343s here and there. I think that's just because they haven't, completely transferred over everything yet, but this is clearly the third chapter, right, of Halo, and I'm so ready for it.
those new, unique perspectives and people bring in their expertise and passion for the Halo franchise.
We are looking for new talent as the projects that we're working on kind of get further and further into their development cycles.
And it is great to be part of a team.
I'm so ready for this, guys. We've needed something like this so bad. Like, please tell us what you're gonna do. And again, I think from what I can tell, 343 is done with, all right? And it's not even the people necessarily. A lot of the people that caused the problems are gone, but it's the goddamn name. That name has been tarnished so terribly. The fact is this is a new studio. I think that it's just been completely moved over. There's probably still certain affinity helping with projects like this and stuff. But Unreal Engine is accessible, and this is why I think that this whole project is going to be wildly successful here because they can get so much new talent in that already knows how to use Unreal Engine.
Team that's growing, because you can kind of see that force multiplied as people come in and take on challenges, and you can do more.
Imagine a place where you have the commitment that this is what we want to do, Halo games, and create those experiences. And you can express your talent, your creativity, and your professional ambitions in that place.
Now, that was pure hints. He's the studio head of, well, Halo Studios. I keep wanting to say 343, but Halo Studios. And I think that this is a face I would like to see more often, and someone that can actually, you know, just like kind of like Frank O'Connor back in the day, you know, someone that can constantly just pop up, tell us what's going on, at least in these vidocs. Would be really nice to have some kind of head of leadership at the studio. We have not had that for what feels like forever.
Ambitions in that place.
We're looking for designers, we're looking for artists, we're looking for engineers.
It feels like a new beginning for the studio in a lot of ways, and I think that's pretty rare.
And I think we arrived now at a point where you see the beginnings of people to start to believe in the process.
There's so much momentum that we have right now, and focus and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building, and kind of this next phase of Halo.
The worlds that we're...
And there it again. I know I keep pausing, sorry, but like the next phase of Halo, I can hear that. I'm gonna make that my ringtone. Okay, let's listen to that again.
Focus and clarity on not just what we're building, but why we're building, and kind of this next phase of Halo.
Next phase of Halo. Now, it could just be marketing, but guys, look. 343's had their time. We know their legacy. It's time for something new to come up. And if that means a name change and that's it, that'll buy them some time, but I think that this is hopefully a culture change too. You know, I think that it's been a slow decline of what happened with 343 and Halo, but hopefully we can get back strong with something, right? And this is inspiring, so.
The worlds that we're building, the stories that we're going after.
And just listen to that score, guys, because I don't know if that's Halo Infinite score, but that sounds like something new.
Why we're building, and kind of this next phase of Halo.
The worlds that we're building, the stories that we're going after.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Ooh, look at that water. Yeah, and then just listen.
The potential at Halo right now is huge.
Yeah, the potential is huge for Halo.
Halo Infinite was the last remnants of how we made Halo games in the past. That was our recipe. And what we are doing right now, we're changing that recipe.
Yeah, baby! Oh, yes! Yeah! Yes! Baby! Let's see those logos. Come on. What is this? This is cool. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Take my money. Take my money. It's not that hard to get a W, I feel like. It's not that hard to get a W. I'm going to get used to this, guys. I'm going to end the video here so it doesn't take forever to upload. I want to talk more about this, but I just wanted to give you a quick update, quick rundown. This is insane. Share the video to your friends that maybe gave up on Halo. I think I'm excited as someone that's seen it all, been through it all. This is promising. We still got to see what happens, you know, when the chicken eggs hatch, but that is a logo I would be proud sharing, okay? At least right at this moment. All right, see you soon.